Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope you're keeping well. I am Dr. Mercy, and today let's talk about children. Allow me to ask this. As a parent, when you have guests, what do you do with the children in the house? During weddings, what happens to children? In church, what happens to children, including the children's church? During government functions, what normally happens to children? Let me say this because I have seen it happening. Many families, when their children, when their parties, when their guests coming, children are engaged elsewhere. In fact, most of the times, they are sent out to pray with their friends so that they can be engaged. Waache kusumbua. When you are doing something very, very important according to you, what normally happens with your child? You engage, or you set them out to go and pray, or you set them to sleep. What happens in some weddings? Children are kept away. Why? They are sumbua. I don't know whether as a mother, as a father, you have told your child, wewe unanisumbua. Huh? Where? Enda kando. Now, I want to put to us today that children are as important. They are as complete as adults. The only difference between children and adults is their area of operation. They operate from your hands, meaning they go as far as you enable them. For the adults, you can go as far as you want. And therefore, when we are dealing with children, we must deal with them with honor. We must deal with them with dignity. We must treat children like they are complete human beings. If you are talking about fairness, I think it is right for you to be fair to a child. A child may not be able to kunjitetea, but it is important that even as you're sharing food, as you're sharing toys, as you're speaking to a child, speak with some fairness, because children are as complete as you are. All they don't know is to kunjitetea. All they don't know is maybe to make sense with you because they are still children. But my prayer for us today is let's honor children. Let's love children and let's treat them like full human beings, including the students, the pupils that you are teaching in class. Calling a child by a name that they were not called by their mother and by their father is not right. Because you also would not like to be called a name that is not your name. Why would you want to tell a child that we're ni mjinga, we're ng'ombe, we're mbuzi? You know those names that we like calling other people, and especially children, because they do not even know. You call them a cow and they just run away. They don't even know what has happened. But I want us to remember that children are honored by God. In fact, one time in the book of Luke, Jesus rebuked the disciples because the disciples thought the children were disturbing the master and they wanted children to be kept away. But Jesus said, let them come to me. My plea today is let children come to us and let's embrace them and love them and treat them with care and love and dignity, because they are just like you, only that they are small. Toodles.